Welcome everyone. It's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. I have a message for you. I have a few messages for you actually. It's December 17th today, 2019. A couple things that came up. Yesterday, my meditation, a hummingbird came up. And then this morning when I got up and went to the kitchen, there was a sparrow at my window. So that was significant. So I did look up the definitions from a website that I'm going to read to you. But also just wanted to let you know that and some of the other information I was getting. So I meditated just before taping this for you. And I was just getting my inner child. So I tell you sometimes I go into my inner child. So the left is the feminine, the right is the masculine. Sometimes the one's there and the other isn't. And sometimes they're both in the middle. Sometimes they're both on the left, both on the right, that kind of thing. So today when I went in, the divine feminine little girl was a really little girl today. She was like, you know, the little child who hides behind their mother's skirt and then they put their head between their legs and hold their legs. That's exactly what I was seeing with the inner little girl. And it was off to a little bit to the left, you know, close to the center, but a little bit to the left. But she definitely didn't want to let go of me. She was holding on to my legs and putting her head there. And first she was just standing next to me, but hugging my leg and being shy. So she was really little. So I said, well, why are you feeling this way today? And where's the divine masculine? And then I look over and he's right there. He's older than her. He's probably, I don't know, somewhere between 8 and 12. But he was older, but he was just standing there very gentlemanly, like waiting for her. But she was being very shy. It was very cute, actually. So let me read you the message about the birds first, because I'm sure the meanings will come up in our read today. So for the sparrow, so this is from whatsyoursign.com. So both of them are from the same site. And for the sparrow, it says, all too often we take a little sparrow for granted. The sparrow is small, but it has big meaning and lessons. The first, to enjoy the little things in life and happily embrace simplicity. Sparrows are also a symbol of protection and joy. It is her slightness of size that gives her advantages. She reminds us we do not have to have the big stuff, the cars, houses, etc., to be important, and we do not have to have the loudest voice in order to be heard. Sparrows derive power and protection from their numbers. Always in a clan, they move in clusters, eat in clusters, and are always content as such. This can be quite intimidating to some would-be predators. Safety in numbers is a lesson the sparrow has to share with us. All right, so the sparrow, one second. The sparrow is ever vigilant in her goals. She's always bustling for her food, foraging for her nest, and gathering for her young. Fastidious and productive, the sparrow is a reminder that idle hands and idle minds should be avoided in order to live a full, healthy life. Sparrow is the master of flight and camouflage, and as such, the sparrow teaches us to use our creativity to get around in life. Think outside the box and be creative in solving our problems. As a bird totem, the sparrow speaks of higher thoughts and ideals. She beckons us to keep our burdens as light as we can in order to avoid a heavy heart. So there's joy, inclusion, creativity, simplicity, protection, community, resourceful, productivity, friendliness, and contentment is the sparrow. And there is, she wrapped up the article with a hymn on His Eyes on the Sparrow. And just paraphrasing this, she just paraphrased the song. Let's see here. Where'd it go? Oh. Why should I feel discouraged? Why should the shadows come? Why should my heart be lonely when I know the source, when I know source, I am one? I sing because I'm happy. I sing because I'm free. The eye of source is on the sparrow. I know source watches over me. Okay? So it says, no matter what your spiritual affiliation, this hymn offers a fitting partnership to the symbolism of the sparrow. The core message reminds us there is safekeeping, bounty, and beauty for even the tiniest of creatures. Ergo, there is an ample supply of spiritual abundance for us too. So now for the hummingbirds. The hummingbird and animal totem can offer you an endless insight and effervescent wisdom. This totem is vastly unique, and as such, as unique offerings in the realm of totem guidance. It is not commonly known that the fluttering wings of the hummingbird move in a pattern of an infinity symbol, further solidifying their symbolism of eternity, continuity, and affinity. By observing the hummingbird, we see they are seemingly tireless, always actively seeking the sweetest nectar. They remind us to forever seek out the good in life and the beauty in each day. The prime message of the hummingbird animal totem is, the sweetest nectar is within. The hummingbird animal totem meaning is about energetic resources. These lovely creatures are a great reminder of how we expend our energy. When hummingbirds show up in our lives, it's a good time to take a look at our energy stores and resources. Hummingbirds warrant an honest look at how we are maintaining our vibrational frequencies. Are we frittering away our energy on needless issues, i.e. worry, fear, or lack? Or are we in a state of well-honed, regulated balance when it comes to our energy and resources? So, amazing migrators, some hummingbirds are known to wing their way as far as 2,000 miles to reach their destination. This quality reminds us to be persistent in the pursuit of our dreams and adopt the tenacity of the hummingbird in our lives. The hummingbird animal totem is a messenger of hope and jubilation, and the totems offer powerful as well as elegant attributes. So the list is energy, vitality, joy, renewal, sincerity, healing, persistence, peace, infinity, agility, playfulness, loyalty, and affection. And the questions the hummingbird asks us. The hummingbird as an animal totem asks us profound questions. Take the time to listen and contemplate what kind of response you would have for the hummingbird and your inner self. And that's so funny to listen, because I almost forgot to tell you this as well. I was just noticing earlier that there was this, and I wrote this down, that there's a sound that the air conditioning makes that I never heard before. There's nothing wrong with it. There's just a hum that I don't usually hear, which was telling me that my hearing is opening up. So the hummingbird, okay, take the time to listen. Then contemplate what kind of response you would have for the hummingbird. Where is your joy? Is your happiness found within, or do you seek it externally? What is the source of your joy? What must you do to increase your joy? Okay, so those are just some of the meanings that came up for the two birds, and they were both birds that were coming up. So taking flight is a big theme around today. So I did, and I remembered another dream last night. I don't remember all the details of it, but I remember two of the people from work that were in my dream. And there was no chair for me. Like, there was a place for me to go, but there was no chair. So I was like, like, what the heck? Like, how am I supposed to sit down and do this if you don't give me a chair? So then somebody gave me one of theirs. It was actually the girl who ran to give me theirs, which is typical of the girl, right? Because they tend to be accommodating. Okay, so that's significant here too. And also because yesterday the prejudices at work came up about the masculine having more power than the feminine. So, and I was wondering when the sparrow turned up my window, isn't it late in the season? But I guess not all sparrows actually migrate south. And also I noticed when I went to sleep last night, it was 1:41, and I noticed because one of the little dashes in my clock light is broken, so it doesn't say 41, but it's actually a line with just the lower line in the middle. So that's why I remembered. Dash, and it made it look like, 111 instead of 141. But 41 was definitely significant today because I saw the sparrow at 8:41. The day today adds up to 41, and the read was done at 9:41 today. So 41 is the Ace of Cups. It was very, very, very significant today. I don't usually have the same number come up that many times, and it did. The Ace of Cups. So, and listening, hearing things you don't normally hear. Notice which, if you're hearing with both ears or if you're just hearing with one or the other, which side is it, your right or your left? And I also know, oh, my mail, at 8:58, I checked my mail on my phone, and it was 16888. So 16 is the tower, and of course, triple eights is very significant for major manifestation of your dreams, but also it's the 2 eights of the masculine and feminine side by side balanced within their own masculine and feminine, with adding then another 8. So the 2 eights become the infinity, so then it becomes the infinity, which is the sideways 8, and then just 1 8 up, which actually becomes the symbol that my broken clock showed of the 4, minus the outer vertical line. It's actually the same thing then, because then you have 1 going down and 1 across. So there's a crossword puzzle again that came up the other day. So something about the crossword, and there's a crossword is a mean word. Or cross, right? Any kind of cross is mean, right? Someone who's angry. So 16 is the tower in regard to the crossing of the 8s, where the 2 8s perpendicular to each other on the side. And the tower coming up. And that was at 8:58, which is the strength, which also can be Leo energy. And then Leo was significant in the read today. And 58, which is the 4 of swords, resting, meditating, praying, but also connecting in 5D with your twin. So I definitely felt tired and run down yesterday and today. And today I'm having trouble getting all the way into my lungs. Like, you know, the stress is right there in my lungs. It's hard to breathe all the way in. So there's definitely some heavy energies coming in right now. The SIRIAN Starseed deck was cut and dealt at 9:06, which is the Hermit and the Lovers. And they both came up. And by the way, the Lovers and the 2 of Cups again were both upright in the read today. Pretty cool. That doesn't happen very often. I finished doing the read at 9:41 to 42, which is the Hermit, and then the Ace of Cups and the 2 of Cups. Really beautiful energy. The Hermit going within, the Wise one, the Elder as well, because the Ancient ones came up yesterday. And then the new love, the spiritual love, the self-love, and the 2 of Cups, which is a love of someone else, then reaching out, okay? So the major arcana here were solar deity and the higher self. That was it in the main part of the read. The Sun and the High Priestess. So total exposure and using your intuition, your higher self. Before the read, the Tower came up, and the Tower's upright today. And after the read, the Strength card came up, and the Strength is reversed today. There were 3 wands, 3 pentacles, 2 cups, and 1 sword. So heavy on the wands and pentacles, so that's very typical of a work day and the masculine energies. But we do have 2 cups and 1 sword, which is actually a good balance here. The court cards. There were no court cards in the main part of the read. The only court cards that came up were before the read, and that was 2 pages, the Page of Wands and the Page of Swords. The numbers and the code line were all about healing and domestic harmony. We had double 1s and double 7s, which I wasn't paying attention to before. Oh, and by the way, I told you that phone number that came up was 717. And then right after I got off doing that video for you guys, I went to open my mail, and one of the mailings had the account number, like for, it was an association, I think, for my mom at Penn or something like that. But it had nothing to do with phone number, but it was 717, again, right after I finished talking to you guys. So those numbers are really here, guys. I had double 1s, double 7s, less so double 5s and 6s, but they were there too. The code line was all about the number 3, or the Trinity energy. We also had 3321, which is the 33 of the Christ vibration, and the 7 of Wands, standing up for yourself, and the 21 of the world, completion, coming full circle as well, and the sealed divine feminine. We have 11, which is the Justice card, 77, which is the Sovereign, 1, 2, 3, jump, 17 of the Star, shining your light, dreams coming true, healing. We have 5, 6, 7, 8, lay them straight, 35, which is the Wounded Warrior, also Mary Magdalene energy comes up under that. And then less so numbers came up with 15 of the Devil, 56 of the 2 of Swords, 67, the Knight of Pentacles, 12, the Hangman, 23, the King of Wands, 78, the 10 of Pentacles, and then 9, 10, begin again as always. So regarding healing and domestic harmony today, and the Sun and the High Priestess, so again, that's also Leo and Pisces energies, and the Tower as well, Scorpio, which were definitely significant in the read. Around healing and domestic harmony was a very simple message about the sea and gateway or bridge of co-creation. Also, and the sea, of course, has to do with very deep emotions, deep and turbulent emotions, and can be very calm also. But to see that bridge, to see a bridge or gateway in the eye of the balanced chakra system, in the Trinity, the workplace, or any place of co-creation, and just the different types of people who come together in co-creation, like the businessman along with the creator, along with the administrator, along with the technologist. There's all sorts of people who can come together to create something with all of their different talents or their differing talents. Okay, so it's all about healing and domestic harmony. And domestic has to do with the home, which is your heart. So it's always about harmony within your heart. That's your first home, yourself first. So starting out with the Six of Flames here in the read, we had let's see, what did we have here? This was the Tower, and then we had the two pages, the Page of Wands and the Page of Swords. And then what was that last card? Now I can't remember, and I forgot to write it down. Oh, it's the Nine of Swords reversed. Okay, so that's the suffering and silence. But also the being the parent comes up as 63, or the Nine of Swords in the numerology deck. But that didn't come out as significant today. We had the Six of Flames on top, but it is reversed. It's the journeyman, the Six of Flames or Six of Wands, and reversed has to do with, doing things under the radar, or bad news, or feeling like a failure. Those type of energies where you want to stay under the radar. You may not want the attention, or you may be seeking attention, or an attention seeker. Grieving loss, regret, the old, the past, deliberations, poor judgment, of the King of Wands and Queen of Wands reversed. She's reversed, he is not. Also, I'm getting Scorpio energies upright and Aquarius energies reversed here. Post-war PTSD with dysfunctional or misaligned family or wealthy family or loss of family and or money, time, and energy. There's a sudden event here with explosion, eruption, epiphany of the Page of Wands upright and the Page of Swords reversed. So here's two kids kind of either acting like their parents, or literally the two kids of the King of Wands upright and the Queen of Wands reversed. The Page of Wands upright inspired and the Page of Swords reversed, with only bad things to say. Or inspiration and negative talk all at once, just like yesterday, suffering in silence and stressed out and purging, and then bad news, failure, no success, and staying under the radar. Masculine may have tripped up, made a mistake, dropped the facade of the whistleblower with the low vibration, took time alone with the hermit, or went within, or a wise hermit, a professional, or an older person, may have taken counsel from, but someone with the light, or Virgo energy, with the Queen of Swords reversed, either in deep mourning and not talking to a Libra, or lying and verbal abuse in court or divorce, or female lawyer or judge, or the Queen of Swords reversed is Virgo and Libra, or alone breaking patterns while Libra is in court, or something legal that's not going in his favor. Libra can be the King of Pentacles reversed, or they can be two separate people with a loss of status and money for the King of Pentacles reversed. Or Virgo breaking patterns, and Libra, Queen of Swords reversed, not talking or in court with Libra and or King of Pentacles reversed, Earth sign. And there could be two Libras here for sure. For Virgo, it's upright and good energy, but for the Libra, it could go either way, because we have the Justice upright and the Wheel of Fortune reversed for me as Libra. Schooled by the judge, or the King of Pentacles reversed by Libra, or female or angelic judge, and harsh lawyer points the finger at the bird. And that's at 1047, the Wheel of Fortune and the Seven of Cups, or the synchronicities, options, pie in the sky. At 1017, the Wheel of Fortune and the Star, kids home studying, or homeschooled, or in school cracking the books, while the King of Pentacles reversed gets judged, deemed greedy, morally misaligned, or just lost status and or finances, or lost financially. Judge stepping down or taking a recess or break to take off shoes and let piggies breathe. Let lawyer or court officer babysit the bird for a while. So obviously there's some kind of court case where the judge is annoyed with one of the parties. Grounding, hunkering down for the winter, or Libra speaking on behalf of the King of Pentacles reversed, no longer with us. Or in court over inheritance issues, to care for the little angels. The bull and lion trying to represent themselves without lawyers, or doing their research beforehand, like good little angels, opening books and discussing the information between them, or randomly opening pages to see their special messages from their guides and angels. The Four of Wands reversed is apparent, it's out in the open. Instability of children, or a move, or ending a marriage, or kids staying with friends or relatives. The King of Cups illuminates all the hard work done. Or the King of Cups loving father at night after a long day of hard work. The lobster cooked, red hot and fiery, dogs not walked or left poop all over the yard, or not fed yet. It's always a fight. The King of Cups hesitates to step off his platform for fear of drowning in rough seas, volatile emotions, an island unto himself with no lifeboat at night. Always up in arms, hard work never ends, always pushed to his physical limits, beating his head on the wall. Or the King of Cups Cancer is making him a slave, and this is the last straw, carrying all the weight. Under the radar, the King of Pentacles reversed, failure, carrying the weight of the world upon his shoulders, and make the effort, came up in the underlying energy of romance angels. Attraction was beneath that. So after the attraction, the masculine needs to make the effort. This is the underlying energy. That the King of Pentacles reversed is coming up here as no longer Superman or the superhero, no longer the ladies' man or chasing girls, or taking advantage or taken advantage of. Suffering in silence with synchronicities or options, lilies and fantasies at work. The Queen of Cups loving nurturing, in need of rescue from player, or she was played, or she's falling short, or holding back her passions. The King of Pentacles reversed, nightmare of synchronicities and choices or options at work. The Queen of Cups in need of saving, or savings. Or the Divine Masculine is worried about going to hell for less than virtuous thoughts about the Queen of Cups at work, or while traveling or at meetings. The Turtle is slow to get the hint to toss the good book and go for the candles and dessert. Or the Queen of Cups is slow to catch on that he's a womanizer, player, or going to burn in hell for fantasizing. And this was at 10:44. The Wheel of Fortune, and the 44 is the Four of Cups, the mastering, grounding, and integrating of the offer of love. All right, so 1044 is financial discipline, number 48. 48 is the Eight of Cups, walking away in order to gain control, perhaps, of your financial discipline. Beneath that was manifestation of the Eight. So after big manifestation of the Eight, then here we're at the underlying energy of the masculine needing to recover finances or be more disciplined in their finances. The King of Pentacles reversed, alone, an island unto himself. Values misaligned, greed or overspending with financial loss. Done working, overworking, or aligning with desires, notches on his belt, or projects on the board. For Empress ringleader, boss or mother figure or partner, who may be weak, needing courage or strength to break out of this situation with slave driver, boss, or mother, and Scorpio, Leo, or Taurus, who's always exploding. The Queen of Wands reversed, a heavy load to carry, left destitute, in exile, abandoned, out in the cold. Drama queen, or physical illness or illnesses, always roped in to be the good guy, taking the fall for her, or her abuse. Could be a mother-daughter team, Empress and the Queen of Wands reversed, one a Leo, the other with fire or a sting. The fireworks go off, but this time is not a good thing. Left destitute or discharged from the hospital and no money left for parking attendant. Man on the run, deer better watch out, $2, brown legs, slave escaped on foot, and the Queen of Wands reversed is pissed, left with no way to pay, or 3 women and a cat fight. The Empress upright, Leo reversed, and the Queen of Wands reversed in an explosion, eruption, disaster, epiphany, or split, or someone ghosted, leaving women in the lurch. 5 Five of Pentacles, bad news, failure, or destitution, or an exile under the radar. The King of Pentacles reversed, doing backbreaking work, fell short in financial discipline, unable to rescue her this time, sick of it, and out of here. Recently is the Eight of Pentacles. He may have been working calmly and not overworking to align, to sort out details, to get his ducks in a row. The Page of Wands inspired to justice, to truth and balance, to win, or divorce falling short, or coming clean about player, holding back passions, or he fell off the horse or wagon and now is clean and clear. Divorce, breaking commitment with religion or establishment, incomplete world upside down, almost done the cycle with bad news or failure, and not walking away, sitting in or with difficult emotions at play. The foundation here is the Ace of Wands upright, new passion, third energy ignited. The twins choose a new path to the left, the Emperor reversed, preventing the new life or holding back money and abusing their power. Centrally is the solar deity or the sun upright, exposing all, or out in the sun or vacation, or just happy with your sunshine. The Two of Cups upright, represented by the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords representing the Queen of Cups, offering help to the messenger of truth, or paying for information, or an offer to pay off to silence them. Or the Knight of Pentacles Taurus realizes his soulmate and proposes something to the Queen of Cups with a message of truth. And this was at 11:14, so here's that 41 reflection again, 41 and 14. 11 and 14 are the justice and the temperance, or the angels. Being patient. So also offering the gold coin for light in an exchange, both meeting halfway. The moon illuminates the tower explosion, losing hope in divorce, breaking contract, religion, or establishment, or Taurus reversed, or at night has epiphanies, total exposure, night and day, day and night, losing hope or losing light until December 21st. Spirituality outside the box, breaking out of the mold. The challenge being the Three of Pentacles reversed, issues at work or third party, or leaving or closing a business, losing money at work, or Trinity. The King of Swords upright, lover, or it could be Gemini as well, the King of Swords, offered help or work. The help is being offered to him. He's now seeing that through his synchronicities, or an offer of help or work just comes right out of thin air, out of nowhere. Poof. Epiphanies very strong until God's light dims on 12/21/12, the shortest day or energy of the year. Delaying travel and communications or expression of feelings or energy exchange that's harsh, if any. Not walking away or unable to escape difficult emotions at play. Under the radar, almost complete, holding back until then, until it starts getting light again, until the light is climbing upward again. Uncomfortable emotions of dissatisfaction, no love, and push to physical and emotional limits at night when it's dark out, which is a longer amount of the time now. Libra, Taurus, Pisces, Aquarius, Scorpio, Cancer, Gemini, Aries, and Leo all came up here, and in a lesser sense Virgo and Sagittarius, and Capricorn nowhere to be found. Grounding and integrating an offer of love in separation, choosing a new path now, the Divine Masculine, recovering financially, and the Queen of Pentacles reversed, rejected or vulnerable or spoiled, or the Queen of Pentacles reversed with Page of Cups reversed, or dealing with a child with issues today. And there could be there's two Queen of Pentacles here, so they could be two different people. The Queen of Pentacles reversed with clarity, with new information coming in about weakness, ego death, illness, transition, transformation, dark night of the soul, or a death, or dead man walking, who's now inspired. Or two different Queen of Pentacles, like I said. One may be pissed, or superficial, or stuck up, and one is more loving or nurturing, more typically grounded and earthy person. That one, the earthy person, she's dealing with a sick child, the other in separation and dealing with financial issues and or a new path. Now for the masculine crowning is the Ace of Cups reversed. Overwhelmed but free at last. From the Queen of Swords reversed, could be a lawyer or a nasty Taurus, Aries, Scorpio, or Cancer, or Libra, in a bold move to get justice or divorce, even if it means destitution. Finding peace in recovery. Or Aries, Aquarius dumped, or Queen of Swords reversed, could be a Cancer, Libra, free now with peace and recovering. Or Aries, Aquarius dumped and making a bold move to justice, or Libra, or divorced now and destitute. Memories of the past of the Queen of Pentacles reversed and the King of Swords, and third party always there, in the bedroom and on dates. The Knight of Swords cracking the whip with kids, and her to give him time. So it's like the Knight of Swords was cracking the whip with the kids and her to give him time to himself or to watch what he wants. Like her looking back, the karma, it's like the image of the karmic looking back and now getting why the masculine was doing certain things he did around her. Taurus reversed and Virgo or Gemini upright. No big love at work at 12:01, which is the Hangman and the Magician. So manifesting while hanging out. But no big love at work, no olive branch or romance offered. The Queen of Pentacles reversed, scorned woman with issues working with divorced partner or religious versus spiritual, doesn't agree with his new ideas, issues at work, fighting, spying, or issues of trust. The Page of Cups reversed and other Queen of Pentacles reversed, prisoner of energy vampires. And it was so funny because a squirrel showed up outside right as I said that at 12:05, and that's the Hangman and the Hierophant. So that could be, for me, it's Capricorn and Taurus energies. Could be Pisces as well. So that squirrel was looking at me, and then he was looking for food because I hadn't dumped my flower boxes yet. So I realized, oh, that's why I left them out, because the squirrel was able to find some food from it. And that's why the bird came out back probably this morning as well, looking for food in where he had made a nest before, he or she. So, so there's definitely difficulty with energy vampiring. So it doesn't have to do with anything specific about the third energy today. It was very much about teaching other people around us and even our children that when you are in an environment every day with other people who are draining your energy, it may not be the ideal situation for you. So like if you work at a place where you realize your energy is drained every day and you feel like crap, it might not be the right job for you, right? Because you have other people thriving on your good energy, which is draining you. So, and like I said, you know, the animals were coming to take my stuff, right? The plants from out front and the plants in the back, trying to find food for the winter, right? Because there's not much around anymore. So you could feel more drained right now because people are more stressed out about spending money at the holidays. And, you know, it's the end of the year. Everyone gets really stressed out about money and bonuses and all the worries of getting enough presents for people. So realize in every situation which situations make you feel good and which ones make you feel drained or bad, okay? So it's coming up as the masculine not being able to sleep enough or not getting enough rest or just spending time in the 5D connection. Now coming out holding on to back pain or a painful ending and or betrayal, prisoner of soulmates. And this could be the feminine energy as well. Prisoner of soulmates and child suffering for it, or each in their own energy draining situation, like I said before. So, you know, getting drained by the other, the masculine and the divine feminine twins, you know, if they're not together, they're definitely getting drained by one another because they have other people draining them. And it's also now applying to the children and realizing the children are very sensitive to this and making them aware of this. Not to be hanging out with the wrong group or the wrong job because you're going to pay for it energetically. So pay attention to what your body's telling you. The Two of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, and King reversed, and the King of Swords, sharing inequity in the relationship and this correction here of balance in the relationship. The Knight of Pentacles offers help, work, or offers healthy solution for illness or weakness, or a Leo reversed, which can be ego death as well. Soon, coming up here for the masculine was the Five of Pentacles reversed. Again, the financial recovery, grounding, integrating, an offer of love. thinking about offering a new passion back to the Knight of Cups offer of love, or exchanging love for sex, stressed out, suffering in silence, purging, and fighting to recover finances. Could be a Virgo and or Pisces offering love, and the King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius offering sex, fighting, losing hope, or depressed, dark night, or the dark night is just referencing how dark it is right now at night, because we have very long nights. But depressed, dark night going to the Empress, or the Empress is depressed due to death, and the Empress may be coming up as the wounded warrior, ignoring the Knight of Cups, Scorpio's offer of love. So then the Scorpio turns around, or this could be an Aquarius as well, then gets depressed and turns around and takes it out on the King of Swords in a message of truth, shifting gears. So it can be like a Scorpio Aquarius person who uses the Scorpio to offer love, but then when they were ignored, they did a 180 and then became the Aquarius to the King of Swords, who can be, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, and then takes it out on the King of Swords in a message of truth, shifting gears. The King of Swords could have two offers: one, practical lover or workhorse at work, the other, love he wants to have sex with. Or there are two kids. One gets his work ethic and the other always fighting the Knight of Swords, Aquarius. The Knight of Cups, Scorpio, and the Wounded Warrior coming up as Taurus. One could be a mama's boy or girl, and the other a father's sparring partner. The Divine Masculine is the seven. He's seeing himself as the Seven of Wands upright, standing up for himself above the drama, with flame in hand, completing family and emotional cycle, with patience, one step at a time, with happy kids or Leo, or exposing all, new information and creating clarity, and ability to come together or celebrate the holidays, or to celebrate emotional fulfillment or the end of something. Worth waiting for comes up: retreat, separation, and romantic feelings, all in Romance Angels, and then that there's clarity and joy, and that your feelings are real and worth exploring. There's clarity and joy here for the masculine, as opposed to being all work. Around the Divine Masculine, or how he's seen, is the higher self, the secrets or the psychic abilities, or Pisces energy. In separation, in need of financial help from the High Priestess or a Pisces person. At 1235 is the Hangman and the Wounded Warrior, so that could be the Empress that came up. With synchronicities all around, issues at work, and standing up for self. Creating options, sparkles when there's only rain. Quitting work or letting other people go when there's only financial drains at work and or opportunists, right? So again, paying attention to how your body feels. Are the people who are working with you or for you draining your energy? Like robbing you of your life force, of your happiness? Standing up to others to protect, or about his secret or abilities, or higher self is sad or disconnected from children in need of a mother, or children in need of a mother, or just in need of a mother or guidance, helping getting a job, not seeing all their options, or shiny object syndrome. Wants lots of stuff, but not willing to work for it. The masculine needs to clear blocks of the Seven of Cups, the Stairway to Heaven, or the 7-step program, that there are no shortcuts, he thinks, to hard work, that dreaming only leads to mistakes and must invest properly to create wealth. He saw the Empress fall, though, and spend money, and somehow ended up in a better place. Or a mother messed up giving child so much stuff and now expects others to wait on them or serve them to maintain the life for which they had become accustomed. All right, or that the Divine Masculine actually fed into. So domestic harmony comes up here, as well as healing. And those were the only cards from the numerology deck: the domestic harmony and healing, that the heart is the home. The Page of Wands, excited about lovers or their affection for kids. Clarity about an offer of a practical nature. A weak offer, though, from the Dark Knight if he wants a date. Or helping to gain clarity, or just clarity about a Leo's death or ego's death and inspired by it. Clarity about negative messages, talk, spying, or a child with a potty mouth, and a twist of fate in a bold move by two kids, or Libra, or Cancer, or throwing snowballs, or egging houses. Clarity about the Leo and our ego out of control, in death or dark night or transition, or crossed a line inspired by the Empress wounded warrior, Mommy's minions, the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Cups could be Scorpio, and the Knight of Swords could be an Aquarius. And like I said before, the Pisces came up possibly as that Empress, but she also comes up as other energies. Leo comes up with her a lot as well. Leo, Scorpio, Libra, Cancer, Aquarius, Scorpio, and Taurus all here. Grieving, hanging out with explosive or Scorpio child, or the Page of Cups reversed, Pisces, or just a youngest child, grieving an epiphany about spoiling them, or a child with a medical issue or sick, and finding peaceful place to be in a painful ending, betrayal, or just treating back pain, getting massage or acupuncture, feeling weak or sick, or an ego death. Or Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius is out of control, and the wounded warrior is the devil or Capricorn, sharing or working despite weakness or illness. Or maybe they have a mental illness, but they're working. Lovers or Gemini, and weakness or Leo reversed, out of control, working to align with desires, with their hands, or getting paperwork done, getting their ducks in a row, projects aligned, or getting them paid off. The Queen of Swords reversed presents the truth or triumphs, breaking through the crown to the Hermit and or Virgo energy, shedding light on self, or on Gemini, Leo, Capricorn, and or the lovers. Or Devil incarnate has double fire, or Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries within them, and that was at 104, the Empress, the Magician and the Emperor. And the King of Pentacles reversed is busy recovering finances. So the Magician, a lot of masculine energy with the Magician and the Emperor. And then we turn the page, it's the 105 of the Magician and the Hierophant, which is another masculine energy. Under the radar, bad news or failure, new passion to rise above to his higher self, working to align with exposure of all, or sunshine. The challenge being the workplace issues, recovering and taking steps to love, in a breakup or overwhelmed as new information or clarity comes in and brings light. Grieving loss, regret, finding peace, ending pain and weakness or ego death, and fire sign out of control. Capricorn working on the truth to present to the Hermit. The wounded warrior lover may be bitching or not talking to the Hermit. Addictions, codependencies due to weaknesses or out of control, fire signs, Gemini or Scorpio or Capricorn, Leo, and or Virgo here. The Capricorn in ego death then goes within. So that's the read for you. So it's there's a lot of changes going on right now. I'm going to pull you again from the Kipper deck and from the Good Tarot. This is just to close up the read, and I'll show you the cards as well. I will try not to forget. I'm sorry. For those of you who don't know me very well, I was hit by a car in 2016 when I was jogging, so I did have a major concussion, and if menopause and age wasn't enough and losing my memory, my recall of words is even worse now, so please bear with me if I say the wrong word or forget I tell you one thing and then I don't do it. Please forgive me. Okay. So, all right, so for everyone watching, the best and highest good of others concerned, what do we need to know? What do we need to learn? Let's clear all the negative energies here from all auric layers, all chakra layers, first layers and beyond, all multidimensional bodies across all dimensions of time, space, matter, and realities for the highest good of all those concerned, and fill the empty spaces with beautiful, divine love and diamond crystalline light. And so it is. What is our last message? What is this read really about? What is the message you want us to take away from this read? Everybody take a deep breath. Okay. Unexpected income. That's a nice message. And again, the main male, which came up yesterday first. And somebody has an empty nest. All right, so they may have unexpected income because people have left the house, or now he's got unexpected income to fix up the house. Either way, it's a positive message. And check it out. After that, we have the gift And then the Lovers, all right? So it looks like someone's got some extra income and maybe can fix up the house and maybe wants to have somebody over. Somebody who's been working very hard. And then we have Courtship after that. The bottom of the deck is Thoughts, so there's the man thinking of the woman. It goes right along with that. Underneath that was bad health, so that could be ascension symptoms or other health issues, but it also can just be lovesick, okay? After somebody with a mask, like neither one of them disclosing their full selves to each other, and change before that, okay? So some kind of false person, which can just represent, it can be a thief or somebody false like that, but it doesn't have to be. It can just be about people not disclosing their full selves to each other. All right, so now the Good Tarot. And it was just 45, which is the 5 of Cups. So it's not only about grief, grieving loss and regret, guilt and shame. It's about letting go of that third baton, letting go of the past, to move ahead, to stop feeling sorry for oneself, even if there's a reason to feel bad, that we don't need to feel badly. You know, a lot of grieving is because we're taught we're supposed to grieve something for a certain amount of days or whatever, you know, see what I mean? And or sometimes you even force yourself to feel bad because somebody died. So why would you feel bad when you don't feel bad? So it's about stopping ourselves from doing those kind of things. Not that you're not going to miss someone who you lose that you love very much, but to stop feeling bad when it's not necessary, because we've been taught to do that. That doesn't come naturally. All right, so for the Good Tarot, for everyone watching, the best and highest good of all those concerned, what do we need to know? What do we need to learn? What do we need to know? What do we need to learn? What are some final messages for everybody watching? Oh, that came out nice and smooth. I'll show you that in just a sec. So some other cards coming out as well. Oh, I love that color. And there's some cards I'm just going to count. The bottom of the deck is the Page of Fire. So the page was significant in this read. It's all about excitement and inspiration, possibly a date. And you see how colorful this is. I love the colors in this deck. And the sun is right behind it. So really beautiful inspiration of the child. It's like a teenage boy, that kind of energy. She is depicted as a girl here, and she's Oriental, so if that is a message for someone, there's a lot of beautiful colors. So some kind of either Oriental or Indian celebrations might be coming up with all the beautiful different colored lanterns. There is a tiger here, and the tiger's in the strength card in this deck as well. So the tiger's important here, that someone doesn't lose their stripes, right? So there's something about that, as well as just the eye on the tiger, keeping your eye on the prize. Here's the sun totally illuminating everything so that you can see all the beautiful colors that are actually there. The inspiration. That's the underlying energy. And some fell out just for me to count because it's a bulge. I mean, I can probably show them too. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 cards that fell out in a bunch. But the first cards that came out, I'll show you. These 4 came out together first. We have the Wheel of Fortune, but it's reversed. The King of Fire, right? King of Fire, but that's also reversed. And then we have the Moon, which is reversed, and then the Chariot, which is upright. So let me just take a look at these for a second for you guys. So often the Wheel of Fortune reversed for me is a timing thing or a retrograde. And here we are. It is kind of retrograde because we're counting down to when the days start getting longer again, and that was referenced in the read, so that's important there. And also I love this card because of the portal. You can see the 2 heads of the sun in the middle, as well as another face, which could be the moon. And then the rainbow colors around here too. When I did my meditation yesterday, it was really cool. Before I forget, I actually want to tell you what else I saw. Give me 1 second. Yeah. So when I was meditating yesterday, and 4040 is a number that had come up, and it was at 1017, very significant when I was doing this. I was first seeing like a cartoon girl, you know, like with big eyes that was just looking down kind of sad. It kind of reminded me of the little girl when I went within for you guys before the video. I was getting a pink and peach field, which isn't that often for me that I get those bright colors, the peaches and pinks. But I was getting the purple and green swirls at the top of my field. And then I literally was seeing the rainbow, which I rarely see. When I went to Hawaii, I did. I'm in a pretty dense location, so I don't always see as colorful as I can. When I went to Hawaii, all of the stars when I went out into my field were all rainbow stars. It was really beautiful. So I was getting more of that rainbow energy coming up here. So we're getting more intense energies coming through. And then that's when I saw the hummingbird. And then I had a green field with the goldfish came in. It was goldfish or an angelfish, but it reminded me of that Two of Cups card from the Good Tarot, where the two fish looked like they're passing in the night. But they were on the green field, and then I was seeing textures within the field as well. You know, kind of like just different textures in the same color. But it was showing me that the abilities are increasing. Your ability to see more fine details, to hear more, like I said earlier, is coming in these energies. I also saw a lizard. It looked like a lizard when I first looked at it. It was just kind of like beat up and tired, but then it actually became Lady Liberty. So that was very interesting, you know, with the spikes around their head. It was about the wounded getting up, the lizard becoming the Lady Liberty and finding their strength again. So it was very, very cool. So we have this Wheel of Fortune reverse. So there is some, you know, it's just not time today. And then we have the King of Fire reverse, which is interesting because the King of Wands is upright in the read today. But the King of Wands reverse can just be someone who's very exhausted, especially with the Wheel of Fortune reversed. This is timing and energy. And then the Moon reversed has to do with, you know, coming up toward the new moon, but which isn't until around Christmas, right? But it's also about the early morning hours, like, you know, before the sun rises. So, you know, now I don't know what time the sun comes up. So anywhere between, you know, 3 and 6 in the morning, depending on what the sun cycle is. But those early morning hours are very important, that the masculine needs to get his rest. But this also may be a masculine very tired because he's getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning to go somewhere. Maybe he's taking on an extra job or just getting time to himself. But this is about boldly going forward. So this ends up very positive. It's just about energies low for the masculine and the feminine. And then again, here's like, I know it's the sun around this King of Fire, but it's also representative of what I saw with the dragon or the lizard type energy that I was getting that turned into Lady Liberty. And so here's the King of Fire as Lady Liberty. So it's going into his feminine energy, his power, coming into his power with his feminine. But the masculine is very drained right now, okay? In the early morning hours, either he needs to sleep more because he's not sleeping, or that he's been getting up really early to go somewhere. But that's also about ascending, right? So there's the horses and ascending, because horses have been coming up a lot with the centaur and everything. You have a white horse and a dark horse. It's a deep brown horse. And I was just getting like, you know, like, and she's like the third energy. It's like the masculine and feminine. And this is like in what I saw before the video with the little girl, the inner child. This is like her being all shy, and the masculine saying, well, I'm here. I'm here on the white horse. And she's being shy. And then this could be represent the third energy as well. There's something about the Oriental energies that needs to come up today, because I don't usually notice it as much as I am now. And I'm getting the Tang Dynasty, which has been significant for me all my life. So something about the Tang Dynasty. The Oriental Express is coming up. And also Tibet. I'm getting that Tibet is the chariot. It's making, I'm going to that place where I want to cry because it's a very high vibration. Maybe some of us will be visiting Tibet. It's some place I've always wanted to go that I never went to. So It's coming up as that, you know, that spiritual source place, like the chariot, the vehicle of ascension, Tibet. Could be the Divine Masculine is getting up extra early to earn some extra money before the holidays as well. Maybe because they are planning a trip. There could be some deception here, but I'm getting it's more just about lack of energy because of, you know, everything that's been going on within their life, but also the holidays on top of that and the ascension energies. It's, you know, it's going to really make everyone really tired right now. And then this card comes up, the Star reverse, but I love the color of this card. And again, that can have to do with loss of hope or depression or just lack of light, right? Because we're in lack of light till the 21st. We're going down in light. And then at the 21st, we start turning upright again. So it's just really referencing that. This can also reference Aquarius time. This is very beachy to me too. It's like someone holding on to something from the shore or the beach. And look, she's got the crown around her head too. That's like Lady Liberty. But it's reversed, right? Because they're really tired. They have to find their justice. Because justice has to be served. So there's still a little exhaustion here. And the 17th, what's today? Today's the 17th. I wasn't even thinking that. And then we have after that is the 9 of Earth reverse. So it's like the Sovereign reverse, which is losing money, power, and independence, or just a dependent who's draining you financially. So this, you know, this can represent everyone right now because their kids are draining them for Christmas gifts and things like that. So let me see too. So there's Libra energies, there's Aquarius energies here, and then of course the fire sign with the King, and then Cancer as well. We have two Cancers because we have the Moon and the Chariot. One's upright, one's reversed. So comme ci, comme ça with Cancer. The King of Fire is reversed, so that could be any fire signs. And then we have the Star of the Aquarius. And then Libra as well, which is reversed energy. So it's just tired energy. And it's just waiting for the days to shift and go past the 21st and start gaining light again. So the ones and again, yeah, and the financial depletion because of the holidays. But not just that, because if people are splitting up, there's a lot of those little things going on right now. So there's a lot of stress with all, not only that, it's the ascension process, because we're getting a lot of energy right now. So the 6 cards that came up here, and they were here, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 6. So 6 and 6. We have 6 and 6, and then sex wants to come up, because I'm saying 6 and 6, you know, wants to come out. So that's coming up with the Lovers, and 66 is the Queen of Pentacles, which came up double time in this read today. So something definitely around that. And then we have 2, look how blue these cards are together. The Messenger, that's 58, the Messenger of Air, and the King of Air. So it's like the Knight and King of Air, which actually came up in the read. I don't know if you could see here, the Knight. The Knight's right here, and the King's right here. That's when the Knight was coming in towards the King to like spar with them. So it could be this way or it could be this way. It's like this in the read. But maybe that's past now, so now it's coming up this way. Because they already came in with the truth, and now they're past, but they're both upright. So this could be the Knight in Shining Armor as well, the Messenger of Truth, or just someone coming in with the truth to give clarity. It could be like someone, he might have been doing investigating, he might have hired someone to get more information for him, so that information may have come in. And again, this is about lovers, because we have 6 and 6, and then the 12 of the Hanged Man, and it's Christmas with Jesus and all that kind of stuff. And there we go. We got the little fishies again, the little goldfish, but they're upright today, but they're still like not seeing each other. They're right next to each other, but they can't see each other. Like, where are you? Where are you? It's the timelines that need to collapse right there, which will instantly. They're aligned, but they're not. The timelines haven't collapsed yet. And then we have the call, the 2 cups. They're waiting for the call of the 20, which is the judgment call, the wake-up call to action. That all of a sudden the masculine's going to realize that he can't just sit and wait around, that he needs to be the one to make a call, because they can't see each other. It's like the, I'm getting it from this picture. She's saying like, all right, oh well, I guess I'll call. Pretty funny. But either way, they're both twos, right? We got the two of water, the two goldfish, and then the two of the judgment card. And that has to do with court and decisions coming in as well with the two of cups. But this is very positive. We had 4 cards in a row upright. The Knight of Swords, the King of Swords, the two of, this is the soulmate energy of the two of water, but they're not seeing eye to eye. They're not seeing each other. They can't see each other where they are because their vision's not good. They have to use their bodies to feel toward each other now. They're close enough to feel each other. Make the call. And then the last 2 are round. I love how these come out like this all the time with the same color energies. The Queen of Pentacles, or the Queen of Earth, and this is the Page of Earth. Okay, so this could be the Queen of Pentacles dealing with a child today who could be sick or have other type of issues, just needed help with school or whatever it is, needs some kind of help with getting a job, or just may be sick or need help with something. But this is very much about mother and child and being very much of the same energy. But the child is in need today. And this could be needing help with school or studying, not getting it. Could be someone who's in need of money or your time or your effort. Also, someone who could just be feeling lazy today because they're tired, and let them be tired. Or it could be an opportunist as well, but I'm really not getting that energy today since the Queen is upright and it's really just a child. I mean, it can be an opportunist who wants something from you, but it's too sweet and innocent. I'm not really getting that, although that could be the issue. The child could be really manipulative because they come off really sweet and innocent when they want something from you, so that might need to be nipped in the butt. It's very brown, grounded energy, though. Very earthy. So it could be mother and son as well, more specifically, but a son who's very much in touch with his feminine side. Or it could be like a girl who's got, you know, a lot of masculine in her as well. So definitely, I'm getting, this is the go-between. This is the coming together. I love how these came out. Then there's 6 cards of the lovers. You had these 2 cards, right? He got all the information, came in, dum-da-dum-da-dum. The Knight of Swords came by, gave the King of Swords the information he needed. Then there's 2 of Cups. He feels, but he just doesn't see. So now it's time to call to actually get direct information to the Queen of Pentacles, who may be dealing with a sick child or just a child who needs help. There's your energy, guys. Very beautiful message. I got to show you the cards before I go. Don't forget. These 6 of flames there is the underlying energy, recent past, the 8 of crystals. The foundation here is the Ace of Flames. That one was upright. Okay. And then the middle was the solar deity, the sun, which is also upright. Really powerful energy there between the Ace of Wands and the sun, both upright, is igniting. Even though the Ace of Cups up here is reversed, it doesn't matter because that's, you know, somebody's free. The challenge here is the 3 of crystals, and then the other underlying energies there, you see. And that's where the destitution issues come in. And there's the Queen. The Queen of Wands is reversed there, and she's reversed here. So she's twice reversed. One's the underlying energy, and they're actually both underlying energies. But that's the way she comes up. Then we have the crowning position is that 8 of Cups, overflowing, but it is reversed. But it's more about overwhelm, and it could be someone dumped, but the masculine being freed by it, you see. And then we have this scrolling across, and there you see again, the King of Swords is upright next to the Queen of Pentacles reversed. And the Queen of Pentacles often comes up as with someone with fire in there too, so she can be represented as the Queen of Wands reversed as well. And there's that Page of Cups reversed too at the top. Coming for the masculine is that 5 of Crystals, which is reversed in the main part of the deck. It's upright in the underlying energy, the destitution, but it's definitely in recovery mode during the read. Masculine sees himself as the 7 of Flames, rising above the drama. Around him, the higher self, which is upright. The 7 of Chalices is the blocks he needs to clear. And then finishing up at the 2 of Swords, which was reversed, is the clarity that came in. So new information has come in. And look at the color of the cards. They're very blue. And then pink was the underlying energies there. And then we ended up with the Hermit, the wise energies. Okay. So make sure that you drink your water. Oh yeah, definitely take care of yourself. My daughter actually passed out a few times for no reason. So she's getting worked up for that stuff. So, and it could just be ascension stuff, but you know, you can't mess with that stuff because you can't drive if you're passing out, right? So take it easy, guys. Make sure you get enough rest, enough water. Water makes such a big difference. You know, if you're not getting enough water, you're going to feel dehydrated, you get headaches, everything starts kind of falling apart. You're not going to be able to go to the bathroom as well. And plus, you're not as much as a good conductor when talking about connecting with the etheric realms. It's just like ultrasound gel. Water is to the human in connecting. So water is so important, and your rest. And of course your joy and your nature. You need to get a dose of all of those. Okay? And most of all, be good to yourself and rise and be loved. Bye, guys.